Hello, howdy, welcome. Come on in. Oh, hang on, Doug's layered all goofily. Scoot him over. Alright. Hi, welcome. What are we doing? We're chit-chatting. Oh no, did I not update this? Boy, what a shim-shambaroonie. I even changed the title to funny eye-catching title. And then I just must have forgot to hit done. Oh man, what a shame. Oh well. I can't believe funny eye-catching title actually worked on me. It's because it's very good. I did what all the YouTubers and such are supposed to do. Make a funny eye-catching title. Why do you think that? Why you... I didn't stream yesterday for a reason. Oh, well, I guess I don't usually... No, I would've. I played Baldur's Gate 3 all day yesterday. Hang on. I'm choking on water. Yeah, I got it. It's great. It's swell. Every second of every day, I want to play Baldur's Gate, and I can't because I must go to work. And I also didn't want to bring it up because I knew chuds like Zero would immediately be like, "Here's a spoiler! Hey, I'm spoiling something! Hi, ho, I'm spoiling something!" Because you're all chuds, so I didn't want to do that. So that's why I haven't brought it up. And why I'm not going to talk about it for the rest of the stream. And there we go, that's it. Okay, that's gonna be it for stream today. No. Twins, you gotta do more of the YouTuber things. Put 80 red arrows and circles in the thumbnails. Why was I called out? Because Mr. 02Hero143, the second I mentioned I've been playing a video game, you immediately told me what to do. Your very first thing was to direct me, to try to railroad me. That's why you got called out. You don't want to get called out for being a chud who tries to spoil things, then don't try to spoil things. Shouldn't you be streaming? There was one thumbnail where I went full drama tuber about it. And it was because I made a joke about it in the stream. It was the one where we reacted to the Nintendo Direct together. And I can't remember why, but I made the joke of having like a real drama tuber ass thumbnail. And it was kind of fun. But it's because I wasn't taking it seriously. But it did make me wonder if it would actually do better or worse than like my normal thumbnails. It did about the same. I don't get a ton of views on my VODs. So whatever. Que sera, sera. I am fascinated to see what does do better or worse on my VOD channel. Oh lord. Sorry, I was opening up YouTube to gander at that. Hashtag cancel 0 to Hero143. No, he doesn't need to be canceled. You have to be somebody to get canceled. But yeah, looking at my VODs, which this is such old ass art that I've got for my banner. It's that old Wayne picture that I used to have on screen that wasn't even formatted right. What's happening? I was talking about like my statistics and how poorly my VODs actually do. Roasted Zero so hard he ran off. If he is streaming, we'll raid into him, but I think he finished. Anyway, yeah, my banner on my VOD channel is still that ancient, not good picture of Wayne from Hylix. That looks bad. I should redo that. Gotta redraw Wayne. But yeah, looking at my VODs, gameplay often doesn't do very well. And art also doesn't do very well. You guys only seem to want to watch VODs when it's things like assigning partner Pokemon to Project Sekai characters. Which is fascinating. Oh, the most popular one is rewatching my old Ruby reviews, which I'm not too surprised about. What do you mean, what? I was just saying that we would raid into you if you were still streaming, but that you probably were not still streaming. He finished. Well, it is what it is. You know what? I thought of a hot take. I haven't had a hot take in a long time because I just don't have that many hot takes. But I finally thought of a hot take. My hot take, and this is a tip for the fellas, and I will also preface in that, like, obviously preferences, you know, this can't be a universal take, but this is my hot take. If I can see a man's feet, I am immediately no longer interested in him. I can't tell you how often, especially now because it's summertime. But if I'll see a fella and he's like a 10. You know, he looks swell, but he's wearing like flip-flops or sandals, and instantaneously I'm like, ugh, get out of the back rooms. We got nasty toes. She said she had a hot take and proceeded to turn on the AC. And yeah, you know what? Some people, I'm sure some people are like, just don't look down. I want to appreciate a full fella. I think I want you boys to know that it's like, that it's like, your whole outfit matters. If you want to attract females, you can't just be a peacock with one nice tail feather. You gotta have the full fan of feathers, and also the rest of you has gotta look good too, which includes your dang grippers. And I'm sure there's some lady out there who's like, oh boy, I love it when fellas wear flip-flops. Let me see the goods, baby, but it ain't me. Oh, Doug is layered under you guys. Ew, I hate that. Put Doug over there. With Doug. I could scoot myself over. I'm over awfully far. A constant reshuffling of where I go. There I am. Great. Okay, question though. How about fictional men? Are their feet acceptable to see? And then a fascinating Krogunk emote. What is this Krogunk emote called? Pock Krogunk. I'll just ignore that part. Fictional fellas? I'm not in love with it either. In the fiction world. It doesn't bother me as much, but if I were presented with the same man and he was wearing the same exact outfit, it's just a hot take. My hot take, if I can see your feet, I'm immediately no longer interested. If I was presented with two pictures of the same man wearing the exact same outfit, but in one he's wearing flip-flops, or you know, we'll even softball it. In one picture he's got sandals, and then in the other picture he's just got also socks and the sandals. I prefer that one. You must hate going to the beach. I've never been to the beach. So I mean that's like a specific location though. That's like a situation where it's accepted that you interact with feet, I suppose. At least visually. I'll also say I don't like shoes, like hiker or rock climbing shoes that like you can see all the toes. I don't like those either. Fictional men could theoretically wear whatever they want if you give it to them. It's true. It's true, it's true. And so why would you give them a fucking flip-flop? Welcome. Howdy. Come on in. I don't know how long I'm gonna chit-chat for. I don't want to make Allison starve to death. So, it depends on what we want to do for dinner, I suppose. Agreed, socks and sandals are based. It's like, kind of dumb looking, but I would prefer that over just the sandals. So, you know. It is what it is. And that's my hot take. Put your feet away. Hide those freaks. I've never seen those shoes, and I never want to know they exist. Yeah, they're crazy. So yeah, there you go. That's my hot take. I know you've all been wanting a hot take. So there it is. I've seen people go running with the gripper shoes. It's weird. I'm sure, like, they are useful, you know? And, you know, if someone just is like, I like exercising in them, it helps with, like, my arch support or whatever the fuck. You know what? Good for them. You do you, girl. But also, I don't like those shoes. They don't gotta do it for me. You know, I'm sure they'd be like, oh no, one internet girl doesn't like my shoes. I better pack them away. Pull out some old sneakers, you know. My opinion in the grand scheme of things don't matter. But, it is my opinion. Modest of takes, I shall say. Well, thank you. I'm glad that some of my opinions are alright. What about 10-inch heels? Like, what about them? Like, exercising in them? It sounds a little difficult. It would stress me out seeing that, but, you know, I think heels can be cool. 10-inch is tall. Those would have to be platforms. If you can wear those, then I'm impressed. You're a superhero. Crocs are an issue of their own. I think Crocs are like, they're like whatever. I don't know, feet are kind of cool. Everyone make sure we all take note that Tip Top Phoenix 64 is a foot person. They like the feet. Tip Top Phoenix 64. Everyone pay attention. It's Tip Top Phoenix 64. They have a foot fetish. Everyone be aware. Good, you know, Zero is right. Good on you for speaking your truth. Don't let other people put down your fetishes, because it'll be annoying, and you know what? I don't want to be someone who puts down others. Don't out me. I just appreciate the shape. That's good. I'm happy for you. They're hard to draw. Every time I've drawn a foot, it kind of just evolves into the idea of like, you know what that is down there, you know? Twins, if you hate seeing grippers, sandals, and Crocs, I don't care about Crocs. I think they're an ugly shoe, but I don't hate them, you know? I think they've got a weirdly negative rep for being a fine shoe. A fine plastic shoe. What's your favorite footwear that makes you say, hell yeah, I'd date you? I love Converse. If you got Chucks on, 10 out of 10. Dress shoes? But I guess but that implies you're dressed up. If you were just like wearing like a t-shirt and jeans, but then had like some dress shoes on, I mean, I'd be like, nice shoes, but I would also be like, why are you fucking wearing those? I'm often not into boots, but there was a handsome man in the back rooms last week, and he had boots on. Like he was working, kind of a thing. That was a big ass piece of text. I will read that in 1 second, overhyping. But yeah, boots can be cool. I like thick shoes, I think. No J's? I don't know what that is. Spiky combat boots. Overhyping has said, Funny story. Since we were talking about shoes, during my graduation, we had a part where we would take a flower to our family members who were sitting in the ground area where we were. My grandma was sitting in the bleachers since her legs wouldn't allow her to go down there, so she had to go up to the bleachers to get. So I had to go up to the bleachers to get to her. I was wearing heeled sandals with my outfit and ended up falling. No, banging my knee on the bleachers. It hurt so bad, but it was hilarious. Okay, I'm glad that it was a funny incident and not one where you were like, I hated every second of it. I wish I could forget it. When I graduated, what my class did, we pranked the principal. All the fellas did this. So the principal and the vice principal would like shake our hand. It was like, twins, come up, get your award. You walk up, you grab your diploma, you shake the VP hand, you shake the principal's hand, and then you walk off the stage. That's just what we did. All the boys, every boy, had a Hot Wheel in their pocket. And when they shook the president or principal's hand, they like palmed the Hot Wheel, so, and then like transferred it to him through the handshake, and you could see him trying to stuff Hot Wheels into his pockets as they were accumulating. It was probably the coolest thing my class ever did. We also made a lot of teachers quit. We were renowned for making weak teachers quit, because that's the thing. We weren't bullies. We were hard on teachers who deserved it. Teachers who were flippant or wouldn't properly like educate us. We were little go-getters. So we made a lot of teachers quit. Twins, okay, do you like handwear, like gloves, fingerless gloves, those poofy gloves in the winter? I think gloves can be cool. Yeah, I like gloves. Gloves are neato. Because they look fancy, don't they? Jordans, I see. Yeah, I'm not a shoe person, so I don't have outstanding opinions on most footwear. Cannot understand how people can spend hundreds of dollars on shoes. I know, right? Like, all of my managers are like that. Like, at least, like, 2 of them are, like, shoe guys. I, too, can write a long-ass message. Let me have a moment to figure out what to write here. Never mind. I don't want to spam a single word anyways. I'm not a furry, nor a foot fetishist, but damn those monster women. Thank you for sharing with the class, Gemini. We did something similar with our principal. We gave him rocks with our names on them since his last name was Rocky. That's fucking cute. We weren't bullies. We just encouraged people to leave the school. You know, I'm gonna stand by it. I'm sure the teachers hated us. I'm sure teachers spread word about my class. Like, oh, you've got the next class you're gonna be dealing with next year? Good luck with them. They're horrible. But whatever. You have to be strong if you want to be a real teacher. Strong-willed. Don't let the children put you down. Or, if they are putting you down, it's because you deserve it. If it's a good quality, then yes, hundreds for shoes is fair, or get it thrifted. Thrifted shoes is tough. Of all the things to, like, get thrifted, shoes are hard, just because I feel like they're very rarely donated in an amazing condition, you know? And I don't know, it just kind of icks me out, personally. But you know, if you find, like, a great find, do it, man. Buy things secondhand. They do wear out easier. I mean, goddamn, you stepping all over them for every time you use them. Teachers be 30 and be beefing with 15-year-old. To be fair, we were beefy 15-year-olds. We were dishing shit, you know? We made so many teachers cry. Whatever. Hated half of them anyway. But yeah, outside of hating flip-flops, no hard opinions on shoes. Twiins was the meanest 15-year-old on the block. See, that's the thing. I was one of the nice ones, which meant, theoretically, since I was nice and amicable, teachers trusted me, which meant I could get away with a lot. But also, that meant I would get the inside scoop on shit. Teachers would confide in me, which means then I could be like, did you hear? Okay. What about ballet boots? Are they boots? Ballet shoes, you mean? They're okay. They break really fast, don't they? For being unfathomably expensive. I feel like we should be able to make them more efficiently. That's what I'm saying, you know? Did anyone else have a problem where your teachers would assume things about you because they had your siblings before? I didn't have that issue because Critter and I didn't have an older sibling. I think Allison did though. Yeah, in Australia they do call them thongs. It's cause that's the sound that they make when, cause you know, we interpret it as flip, flop when you walk, you know? And yeah, the Aussies just go with, like, thong instead. It's an onomatopoeia, which is fun, though. Even worse, Twiins was a spy. Exactly. That's the thing. It's really true. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Because then you get to backstab them. Like a sneaky little weasel. What was best was I had befriended the theater teacher and she had all the tea. So it wasn't even like she confided in me about herself. She would tell me gossip about the other teachers. That was a long ass time ago. Goddamn. I wonder what they're all doing now. Every single one of them. It feels like I've got a friend who still like lives back there where I grew up, and every now and then she'll text me, and it's always, "Did you hear about person? They got arrested." Like it feels like if we ever have a high school reunion, there'll be like 10 of us. The rest will just be in jail. My orchestra teacher had my second older brother, so the band teacher got word and asked, jokingly, why I didn't do brass like my older two brothers. Yeah. You know what? As a teacher, I think you have so little to interact with your students that you kind of have to latch on to vapid shit like that. Especially because it's like, you know, if you're talking to like coworkers, you can be, you know, a little bit casual. But you can't be too casual with students, because you can't swear in front of them or say something inappropriate in front of them. And so it's like, I don't know, teachers gotta walk a line, man. They gotta walk a real line, make sure they don't fuck up and get themselves fired. Teacher, young twins, I'm glad you're here. I need to vent because these children are so mean. Allison murdered my Tamagotchi pet. Oh, no. Allison was just the genuinely good student. Quiet good one. Critter is 1 minute late from class. I can't handle it. Young twins. Don't worry, teacher. I'm a good noodle. Is holding a bucket of paint that she put on the teacher's car. We did want to do that prank where you disassemble a vehicle and then reassemble it inside. I don't think we succeeded in doing that though, unfortunately. Randomly back in middle school, me and my friends thought the math teacher and science teacher had something going on because they were always in the other's classroom when students got out of class for break/lunch. Sounds like it. Either a romantic thing or they were just buddies. But I bet that was some pretty hot goss around the lunch break table, you know? We didn't have any fun all of our teachers were married. Except for, like, there was one young... No, she was married. Never mind. I was gonna say there was one young, hot math teacher, you know? So all the boys liked her. But, yeah, I feel like all the teachers were married. How do you not remember something as cool as that? Because 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 high school was not the most important part of my life, and so I don't remember most of it. You know, if someone brings up high school like all the time, then I that's a red flag. You know, if they've just recently graduated from high school, you know, you got like a couple year period where you can, you know, it's like normal. But if you're like in your 30s or something, like, or even late 20s, and you're like always referencing high school, bringing up memories about high school, making like anecdotes or allegories, you know, like always bringing it back to school, that's a weird red flag. That means you peaked in high school and you gotta like grow the fuck up. Because it's just like, you're still talking about it? Like, goddamn, I don't even talk about college anymore. It's fine to reminisce every now and then, but if you're, like, always using it as your gauge for things, it's like, man, you gotta do another thing. Did Allison come home? I thought I heard the door open, but she didn't come say hi. She isn't in chat. I don't want to starve her. But I also, you know, I just don't know. I guess we'll never know. Not until I end stream and I go wandering on over there. But yeah, if I end up not streaming too often for like a month, it's because I'm playing video games. I'm going to do my best to be responsible and still stream and stuff, even though all I want to do is play video games. Still working on YouTube videos. Still working on my comics. But goddamn, it's constant. Another funny story, for one of my classes, we had an assignment where we had to plan for a wedding using a budget and had to marry our partner, read vows, all that. That's weird. My partner didn't do jack, eventually got in trouble. The teacher offered to put me in another group, but I had already done half the work, so I decided to finish it and head to marry myself. We did a similar thing once where the idea was budgeting. They were teaching you how to do math in the real world. And so it was like, here's your, you know, you're partnered up with someone, you have this much money, you know, do some, like, budgeting for shopping kind of a deal. And in hindsight, I'm like, putting me with a boy as a pretend husband just feels unnecessary. But yeah, going all the way with, like, reading vows and things, that's weird. That's really weird. But I'm glad that you, like, you still was able to finish the assignment. I remember in high school we used to have pizza day, and we got stuff from Papa John's or something. But then the vegan kids came together and didn't want pizza anymore, so the school got rid of it. Wow. Hated vegans ever since? I think that's very close-minded and rude. They could have just offered a vegan option. The vegan kids didn't take away your pizza, you know. And I think this weird stigma of, oh, vegans are assholes, I don't know, it feels archaic. It feels like it belongs back at the time when also just the concept of bacon was the funniest thing. Remember? Back then? When everyone was like, bacon, tee-hee-hee, I love bacon, that's the joke. And it's like, what is the joke? Is it just bacon? But yeah, it's a bummer about your pizza. But that sounds also pretty pricey to get Papa John's every week. Maybe it was just a monthly thing. But they could have just gotten the vegan kids a different thing. If the vegan kids were like, we don't want this pizza because it goes against, you know, how, you know, the lifestyle we want to live, then they could have been like, okay, we'll get you a salad, you know? Papa John's has that option. They always did. It was fun. I read one part of the vows and then moved to the other side to read the others. That's, you know, that is cute. That's good stuff. Only notable thing for you was, you learned, one time that you learned that one of your classmates was the cousin of the president of a country, can't remember the country. That is fascinating. In high school, we had a weird surge of like a lot of foreign exchange students. Everyone knows that if you're a new kid, you're the new hotness. Everyone's fascinated by you. They want to know you. You're popular immediately. But we got a lot of like Europeans very suddenly, and it was in high school. And I remember the big thing was that they weren't allowed to drink because the age, like legal drinking age in Europe is lower than in the States. And that was kind of the only thing they ever really had to say. Yeah, this might blow you away, but they weren't BFFs with me, a loser nobody. It can feel condescending for some people when they judge you. Whoa, this is a really deep chat, hang on. But also, they should have more options for them, and we should try not to judge them the same way. I agree. Ain't nothing wrong with being vegan. I will say that, and this is true across the whole food world. People who are really pushy in either direction, those are the really annoying ones. Yeah, there are like the omnivores who like want to mock vegans by like, I'm enjoying this steak so much, and it's like, you're being an asshole. And also, there are vegans or vegetarians who, like, go out of their way to berate omnivores if they do choose to eat, like, oh, you're ordering a steak? You know that's, like, and then they have, like, a spiel prepared about how it's cruel to animals. And that's also being an asshole. And I think however you want to eat, as long as you are being healthy about it, and you know all the dietary things you need to make sure you follow to have all the supplements and vitamins and minerals and such, then, eat whatever the fuck you want. Nothing's more annoying, I gotta say. As someone, I drink a lot of energy drinks. I don't drink coffee in the morning. And instead I just have an energy drink when I go to work. So I often hear, especially from my bosses, those things will kill you. And it's like, what do you want me to say? Oh, then I'll just pour this out. Like, and also, how's it gonna kill me? At most, it's gonna give me, like, a stomach ulcer. It's not gonna kill me any quicker than half of the other shit I eat. It's got, the things I've been drinking are 10 calories. It's just caffeine. It's probably better for me than coffee. Like, how do you want me to respond? And I spend my life trying to think of funny ways to reply to that. Those things will kill you. Oh, really? And you start chugging. Those things will kill you, by the way. I guess I'll mix it with alcohol then. Red Bull gives you wings, and based on the health risks, it's actually right. No, it's not. They're just fine. They're far better than most like fast foods, Yeah, an energy drink can't withstand a nuclear fallout like McDonald's can, And no one goes, that'll kill you if they see you with a Mickey D's bag. Just a weird stigma around energy drinks. My boss used to do that too, but I did the same thing whenever I saw them smoking outside. That's the thing. I know one of them. Wet Boy. Wet Boy? Actually, now I'm not so certain. I think one of them used to smoke, and I could pull that on them. But unless you know for certain, then your counter-argument falls flat, If you're like, so what are your cigarettes? And they're like, I don't smoke. And it's like, shit! Come back and I see we're on your energy drink crusade. Moderation is good and knowing limits to not abuse things, but also some things are just bad depending on what it is. Like cigarettes. Yes, cigarettes are always bad. You shouldn't smoke. Cigarettes are only cool if they're animated. I like to have characters who smoke, but so you should not smoke IRL, and I'll always stand by that. Funny middle school story. We had a foreign exchange student, apparently Italian. Guy was a total asshole. Man admitted he did no schoolwork at all and somehow was getting pretty good grades. Hang on, I'm hearing a crazy noise. Let me go make sure that the cats aren't fucking something up. Okay, it's either Allison doing something or a neighbor outside. Anyway, about your Italian guy, and he was a complete bully. At the same time, one of my friends was doing a lot of work and was getting zeros constantly, despite the fact he put in so much effort. Turned out their grades were being switched. Oh no! Well, I'm glad that ended up working out for your friend. Yeah, moderation also is, I gotta say, Allison must have escaped her cage. That is a thing. People, cause I'll have one energy drink in a day. You know, I don't want to drink multiple, kind of a thing. It's why I stopped drinking coffee, cause I wanted to have an energy drink while I was at work, because it made break more exciting. That was like, oh, I get my treat, you know? And I didn't want to be having that much caffeine. But, like, I know people who, like, exclusively drink coffee and energy drinks. And at that's where it's like, do you have any water? Have you had water? Oh, wow, you're sick again? I'm so surprised. Caffeine pills, huh? It kind of just sounds like taking all the fun out of having a fun beverage. But I hope that works out for you. One more funny story, my job is currently going through a renovation, so a lot is going on. Earlier, one guy was moving the ceiling tiles and brought one down and it had a security camera on it. I looked at one of my coworkers and his eyes were wide as hell. I asked him what he did because he was so scared. He was just worried because he was hitting his vape near the vicinity of the camera. Dude, his face was priceless. I think in the back rooms, it's like, we've got like an outside area. On floor 10, when you open the hatch on floor 9, if you go down the ladder, then you end up outside. And so you can just like smoke or vape there. The only specification is if you're operating any kind of heavy machinery, you're not allowed to do weed. Because I'm pretty sure weed is illegal here. So yeah, that's the only stipulation. So, not a thing that my coworkers would have to worry about. But I hope your homie didn't get fired. Alrighty. I guess I'll wrap up soon. Hang on, I need water. Half my coworkers are high whenever they come in. Oh my gosh, that's the thing. You know, like, I think there's a level of high that is acceptable. And, you know, like personally, I don't do I don't do weed or vaping or anything like that. But if someone else wants to, you know, whatever, it's their life. But, like, if you're gonna interact with people, if you're gonna come to work, and you work somewhere where it is legal to do weed and such, okay, you can't get fucking zooted, though, you know? There are times, like, if I can talk to you, and you can hide the fact that you're a little high, great. But if there have been times where, like, you're trying to talk to a coworker, and their eyes cannot focus, and it's like, brother, why are you here? You are useless right now. You couldn't answer a question quickly if your life depended on it. Foot and drug stream, what a way to end a Tuesday. They're all functional, but sometimes they say the craziest shit and it's hilarious. You know what's also, okay, also, weed stinks. You gotta know how to hide that shit. like if I don't want to walk by and smell your stank, man. But also today, something about today, all the monsters, it was like National Stinkiest Monsters Day in the back rooms. I was like, what is fucking happening? There was like one that had like a area of effect, like a radius of stankitude that like it was damaging. I had to vacate the location and wait around for them to leave. And it was like, what is happening? Why are there so many of you? So, yeah, I guess that's the end of the stream. Gave you my hot take. Mentioned Baldur's Gate. Told you about weed, I guess. Weed, parentheses, how it's stinky. But that's the thing, it wasn't just weed stink. It was like BO. There's a lot of people who needed to go take a fucking shower. Just shower, please. That's great that you want to live a natural lifestyle. Go jump in a river for a little bit, you know? God damn. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna be it. I gotta make sure Allison's not withering away. Yeah, she's escaped her cage, so, you know, gotta feed her to placate her so I can put her back in there. Gonna get a tier list of your crushes from Baldur's Gate soon. I am not far. Soon is, you know, it certainly wouldn't be soon. I'll have to learn more about all the characters first. But, you know, once we get deeper in, then, you know, why not? Maybe I'd get Critter on, because Critter's also playing Baldur's Gate, but I would want it to be where we both can be confident in our decisions. But that would not be soon. Put a pin in that for, like, later. But yeah, adios. Make smart choices, drink your vegetables, eat your water. Goodbye!